Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Kobe and this is KaiTech Digital. Now for the past few months now, I've been working on this project for almost like 2 months now, trying to figure out how I could make a web portal whereby my clients or people who I manage their websites for will be able to have something that they can be able to log into and then have access to some of the things, the ongoing projects and some of the things that we are doing. Okay, so they'll have their own client portal whereby they can log into and then have access to their project overview, the milestone, or submit website content, give feedback on various designs that we've been doing, and then even pay invoices and also have some files that they will be able to download. And then we can also provide some kind of announcement and other stuff also for them. So I had this idea that I wanted to create, and then I had nothing on in my mind, and all I did was to sell the idea to ChatGPT, and then ask if. So if you look over here, I want to open my conversation with ChatGPT for you so that you know. Now you see that over here, I asked ChatGPT that I want to create a user dashboard where my web design client will be able to log in and monitor the progress of their web design, and also give them feedback on how the project is going. Also, they can make payments, submit content for web design and management in a platform where I can manage my clients at KaiTech Digital. Is there a way I can use WordPress to create such platform? If there is, what are the tools and plugins that will help me to do it? And then he said, yeah, there is it 100% doable with WordPress. So he gave me some of the core features over here. He said client login and dashboard, project progress update, and all those kind of things over here. And then he went on to also um, talk about the tools and plugins that I will need. He said I will use user management and front end dashboard. So he recommended WP User Frontend Pro and then Ultimate Member. And then also went ahead to also said I will need a project management, and then he recommended WP Project Manager Pro for me. And then he also said I could also use something we call Upstream, okay, which is also a project management thing. And then also content submission, file uploads, and all those things. He recommended Gravity Forms or WP Forms for me. And then also he went on to talk about client communication. Also recommended project management plugins can handle all this communications and other stuff. And then he said I should also use better notification for to send notifications and email notifications to my clients. And then we also have the payment integration. He said WooCommerce can be able to do it, and then Sprout Invoices or WP Simple Pay also can be able to do the invoices. And then with the front end dashboard builder, he recommended Elementor Pro and then dynamic content for Elementor. So all this is what it was suggested for me. And if you look at the stack for KaiTech Digital Client Portal, this is the feature. This is the the ultimate member, the tools that I will use: the ultimate member, WP Manager Pro, Gravity Forms, Sprout Invoices, and Elementor Pro, and then better notifications for WP. Now he also gave me bonus tips and all those things. But looking at what I have been able to achieve so far, I use some of the things that he recommended, but I also find different things. For instance, I did not use this one. Okay, I did not use this one. I used Elementor Pro to almost do almost everything that I want, and then ACF. Okay, so I use the Elementor Pro and then ACF to almost build everything, and then I use dynamic content for Elementor Pro to show what I want users to see. So if you look at this particular one over here, which is the project overview over here, most of them, like for this one, this one, and then this one, all is Elementor loop builder. Okay, so I use the Elementor loop to be able to get this one shown to the client dashboard. And then what I did was very simple. If I use the ACF, I use the ACF to create post types and all those things, and then I will create an elemental loop for that particular post type, and then I will attach that loop with let's say the client or the user. Okay, I use dynamic content for Elementor. Okay, advanced query. I use advanced query plugin to be able to do that. So if you go into my website and then you look at the the plugins and other stuff, let me show you the plugins and how I was able to do that. Okay, so if you look at the plugins that I use over here, you realize that I use advanced custom fields pro. I use advanced post queries. Okay, I use better notifications to send emails to to my client. I also use code snippets to add some other snippets of codes into the website. I use Elementor and Elementor Pro. I also use flexible invoices for WooCommerce. I use Forminator to build all my forms. I use Lightspeed cards, caching plugin, and then Ultimate Member to create the user login and all those things. And then I also use user menus to hide some other menus that I don't want users to see. And then I also use WooCommerce and then WordPress for security. So these are the plugins that I used so far in creating what I have really gotten over here. So far this is what I have, and it's something which I'm glad at the stage that I've gotten to, because it shows you that with WordPress, Elementor, and other plugins, you can be able to build anything that you want to build. So let me take you through. So if let me just log out and then I'll log in so that you guys will see. So if I click over here, it's gonna log me out. Okay, so what I did was to lock the website totally using Ultimate Member. Okay, so if I go to the front end of the website, which is the portal, so I hosted this website on a subdomain which is portal.skytechdigital over here. So if I click on it to enter the any part of the website, I wouldn't be able to enter. So I totally locked the website so that it will only be people who are logged in to be able to access it. So if you try to go to the front end, it will redirect you to the login page again, and then I will be able to log in with some login details over here. So let me just log in. So these are the login details, and then if I click on login, it will log me. Now if I don't have any login details and I want to register also, I can click over here, and then it's going to take me to the registration page for me to also register to to have access to the website. So you see this is the registration page. So I've made it in such a way that I added more fields to it. So the username, first name, last name, email address, password, confirm password, business name, project name, and then website URL. So the kind of projects, the websites that we are talking about, you put the URL of, and then the start date, and then the deadline. So you should be able to give us a start date and then the deadline for the project also. So you fill in all these things and then you register. Okay, so I'm going to go to the login page here, and then I'll rather log in rather because I have the details to log in. So if I log in, it's gonna take me to the dashboard of the website. Okay, and that is where everything start. That is where the client will be able to see their project overview, check even the everything about the project. They will be able to submit how do you call it, pay for invoices, submit content, do a whole lot of a whole lot of things that they are supposed to do. Okay, so basically this is how the client dashboard looks like. Okay, so this is how the client dashboard, so the client will have access to let me start from the header over here. So there is a header over here where I place my logo over here. Now I use Elementor to create this, Elementor Pro to create this header. Okay, So I use almost everything I did it in the team builder. Most of the loops and all those things, the loop that I created in the team builder, I created the footer also in the team builder. So this is a header, and this is a simple footer also over here. So I created almost everything in the team builder. And then I also created what I did was to create a page template. Okay, now the page template I created is having this side over here, so that every page that you goes to, this one will be there. Okay, so all that I created was so many pages linked to each other, but only having this kind of page template where they will have all this links over there, the menu links, whereby they can be able to have access to all the parts of the app. So that is basically it. And then if I click on, if you come from the header over here, so with the header also I created this kind of menu whereby when you hover, you see different things over. You see the account, you see invoices or invoice and payment, you see care plans. We have these pages. I haven't really set it up, but the idea is to have some plans where they can be able to choose from if they want you to manage their website and other stuff for. And then also support page, which is also still building on it. I'm still working on it, so everything will fall in place by the close of the month. And then also you have the logout, which is also still over here. Okay, so basically, and then we also have this one, which it is the client logo or the user logo over here, or the user photo or image over here. The same thing applies to over here. So if you look at the left hand side also, we have the client name and then the business name also underneath over here, and then an image also over here, and then we have all the navigations also over here, and then we have this also buttons that it will quickly take them to the feedback, support, and then the care plans also over here. Now if you look at the main dashboard over here, we have the project overview, the project milestone, and then the onboarding checklist. So if you look at what ChatGPT gave me, that is what I went ahead to also use it to create the website. Now I really do talk to ChatGPT a lot, because if you go over here, you realize that he gave me all the steps and other stuff. Okay, so he gave me all the step how to do it, and then what to do, and all those. Some of them I took, some of them I ignored, because some of them I didn't like the idea, like the project and all those things, because it will allow people to have to be an author and all those kind of stuff. So I have to ignore. The only idea was for them to be able to give me information, and I give them information, nothing else. Okay, so that is what. So if you look at it, he said I should create a client dashboard layout, and the layout that he gave me was something like this. So welcome and project overview, and that is what I showed you over here. So with the project overview over here. Okay, and then if you look at the next one, it says what, another tax and milestone, and that is what I showed you also over here. We have project milestone also over here. And then if you go to you see I used most of the things that he showed me. So design phase and all those things, you'll be able to use all those things. And then submit content. You also have feedback, comment, feedback and comment, invoices and payment, and then resources, and then files. Okay, so all of them are over here. So we have the project milestone, onboarding checklist. Now this one, I wanted users to be able to know that they have submitted certain things to me. So when a user submit branding, it will be done. When a user submit website content, it will be done. When a user submit, or a client submit, approve a home page, it will be done over here. When final payment is done, it will also be done over here. And then we also have website content submission. So you click over here, you're going to submit your content. We have feedback, and then we have announcement. So with the announcement, I use this one is a loop. Okay, so I created what I call the post type, which is announcement, and then I created a loop for the post type, whereby I can be able to showcase at least 6 of the announcement headlines over here. And then after that, I'll create, if I create an announcement from the post type, just like I'm creating a post, I created also a post template for this particular announcement, whereby it will be shown. So if you click on this particular announcement over here, it will take you to the full announcement page. Okay, that is where you read the full announcement. So you see your feedback is needed, blah blah blah, all the details will be shown over here. Okay, and then users can be able to also go through the latest announcement also over here. So that is what basically, so this is a post template that I created, but I made sure that everything is the same as the page template. Okay, so that it wouldn't be like you are stepping from a different place to a different place. That is what basically it. So let's go back to the dashboard, and then you see, so this is an intensive app or web app that we created with Elementor, and then Elementor Pro, and then ACF, Advanced Custom Fields, and then advanced queries. Okay, is it advanced queries, or let me check. Yeah, advanced post queries. Okay, so everything should be linked together. That is why we needed the post query, so that it will we can be able to showcase what we want to show to the client. Okay, so for instance, so that if somebody log in, some of the things everybody will see, but some of them you want specific clients to be able to see. So when I log in and I want to see my project overview, it should be my project overview. Okay, and that is it. So if you look at this particular project overview, if I go to this client's project overview over here, you realize that the page is not just an ordinary page, but is a loop builder that I use to create this page, because I use a loop builder, and then I make sure that I show only one loop over here, and then that one loop is only showing the project of this particular person. Okay, this particular person over here, and that is what, and that is it. So this is how it shows over here, and that is how, so every detail about the project will be shown over the project status, the start date, the deadline, the project name will be shown over here, and then the client logo will also be shown over here, and then the business name will also be shown over here. So everything was a step-by-step process, sometimes countless of hours without sleeping, just to figure out how I can be able to make this one happen. And then over here they can be able to submit content, and then they can be able to also preview the website if they want to preview the website. So the website link will be over here, and then they can be able to preview it. So if they want to submit the content, they can click over here, and then it will take them to the submit content page, where they can also choose between a new website content or update previously designed content. So they can choose between this one, and then if it is a new website, when you click over here, you need to submit your detailed content to us. Okay, so there is a form created with Forminator, and then it's just a form. You enter your business name, your project title, brief description about the project, contact person email, and then also contact person phone, and then you can attach your logo also over here. Now when you go to next, that is where all the pages details will also come, and then if you have any other PDFs or whatever it is, you can also be able to add to it. That is where the pages are. Okay, so you can also be able to add all those things to it, and that is it. Now, so this is what is a massive dashboard that every web designer should be able to at least be able to design for themselves, and then make sure that they have client onboarding process nicely done, so that clients can be able to see how the project is going, and then they can be able to know the status of the project and how everything is going. If they are supposed to submit something for you, they just log into their dashboard and then submit whatever thing that they have to submit for you. So if you go to, so we've gone to the project overview, we know how the dashboard looks like, we know how the content also looked like. Now let's go to invoices. Now if you go to invoice and then payment, you realize that also we use loop builder to also be able to make sure that we're able to show invoice related to a particular client, okay, to that client. So over here you see that I created this nice loop over here, and it is supposed to show two. Okay, so if let's say the initial payment, you issue an invoice for the person can be able to, you see this one says what, pending payment. You can change it to anything that you want, okay, depending on how you want it. If the person have paid, it will change to payment done, or payment completed. So over here you can be able to download invoice. So if you have invoice for the person to download, the person can be able to quickly click over here, and then the invoice will be downloaded over here. So as you can see, the invoice is being downloaded over here. That is the invoice being downloaded over here. And then if the person have to see the invoice has been downloaded, you can go ahead, the person can go ahead and check the invoice. And then if the person have paid for the how do you call it, the invoice, the person can go ahead and then download a receipt, okay, after they've paid. And then also with what pay now over here, when you click on it, this was created using how do you call it, WooCommerce. Okay, so when I click on it, it will take me to the checkout straight away for me to go and then pay for my invoice. So let's look at how the checkout is. So as you can see, this is basically how the checkout is. So the person can go ahead and then process everything, fill in their billing details and all those things. But there is still work on it because there are fields I want to remove, like this additional information field, VAT, I want to take it away. I want to take even phone, zip code. I just want it to be very simple for the client to easily pay and then go away. So as you can see, this is what cash on delivery. You can just go ahead and then click on payment, and then you'll be able to pay for it. Okay, and then the client will be able to go into their account. Okay, you can go into your account over here, and then also these are all WooCommerce. Okay, so the account is WooCommerce. So I rebuild the WooCommerce account page differently so that it can be able to fit in my design that I want. So if I check on payment over here, this is what payment. So this is the link that says orders. Okay, but I have change it to a payment, and then I even rename this place as well, go to invoices, using custom codes. Okay, that is why I had the other plugin that I'm using over here, which is the code snippet. Right, where is it? This particular one. So I added more custom codes to it so that I can be able to change certain things in the WooCommerce and the ultimate member and all those things. So over here, when they click on it right now, go to invoices instead of go to product and order or browse product. I've changed it to go to invoices and payment. And when you click on it, it will take them to the invoices and then payment option. So that is a redirection that what I did. Okay, so that it wouldn't be like browse product and all those things. I don't want to see any product over here. Okay, everything will be at the back end, and that is where I will control. For my clients, I don't want them to see anything that I don't want. I don't want them to see. So they see what I want them to see, and I design it in such a way that it fits in my brand. My brand and other stuff. Okay, so that is it. So this is what the 5-page business website invoice over here. And then so this is the invoice and payment page. And then when you go to downloadables, where they can download all files and other stuff, also you can be able to see how it looks like. For this place, I just created it in such a way that I use all buttons. Okay, so this is also a loop. All right, and it is showing only what the logged in user is supposed to see. Okay, and that is it. So this one is project contract. So if there is a contract between you and the client, you can be able to let them download it from this place. So when they click on it, they can be able to download it straight away. And then this is also Figma file. So if the client submits Figma files or you design Figma files for them and then you want them to view it, you can be able to um, let them download it from this place. And then design logos. So if you design any logo for them, you can also let them download it from here. And then also project shot screenshots. So all the screenshots, you can bundle it in one file, a zip file, and then you can let them download from here. And then also this is a page by page screenshot. So the home page, about page, services page, contact page, and then other pages. Okay, so I created this one so that other page 1, other page 2, all the other pages that they will be able to use. These are the normal simple pages that you have on a website, but all other pages they can be able to use. Download it by clicking on just the button, and then it will download for them. So basically that is how this downloadable page also looks like. So this is just an overview of how this whole thing is being created. There are more to it, and I'm still building like the support page, and then also the other pages that I haven't done. But today is basically my birthday, so I just wanted you guys to know what I have been up to since last 2 months, just trying to put this project finish this project, and then show you that WordPress, Elementor, and other plugins can be combined to basically do a whole lot of things. So my next step is to make sure that I finish this support page, this also care plans, and then also finish with this particular chat, so that when user click on this, they can either chat with me on WhatsApp, or they can talk to any of Kitech Digital employees who is assigned to them to be able to talk to them. They can be able to talk to them. Okay, and that is what I want to do. So, and then also after finishing everything, this is not mobile friendly, but if I get the desktop one done, it is very easy for me to redesign it in that mobile and then also tablet. So it is not mobile friendly. I haven't done anything about mobile. I'm just trying to figure out how the desktop will look like, and then I'll be able to turn this one into mobile. And then if you go to what I also would love to use is to turn this one into a web app. Okay, so whereby users can be able to have it on their mobile phone, and then use it as a normal app and other stuff. So I will install a plugin that will help me do that. Okay, and that is progressive web app. I want to finish everything before doing that thing. So basically guys, this is how I created this particular one, and this is what I've been up to for some few months now. And then I just want to show you guys that with WordPress, Elementor, advanced custom fields, you can be able to create almost everything that you want to create. Now my next project is to create a church, kind of like a dashboard. Okay, church kind of like a dashboard. I'm trying to figure out how to create it, but if I'm able to finish with this one, then that one will be very easy for me. Okay, so thank you for watching, and get inspired by this particular one to also create amazing products. See you in the next video. Bye bye.